Back-to-back days for the Blue Jays where the offense is rolling through the Athletics pitching staff, as they should. But it's nice to go there and actually execute a game plan, isn't it? Yesterday we saw 12 runs on 18 hits and a 12-0 shutout victory. What did we see today? Well, Chris Bassett and Chad Green weren't really great tonight. That's really the extent of the pitching staff that it didn't do well. But they didn't do great, allowed 7 runs, but the Blue Jays are like, don't worry about it, we got you covered. The Jays score 11 runs on 15 hits. Back-to-back games with double-digit runs, and they win their third consecutive game. They're now a game above the 500 mark where we've been. We were there, going into that Rays series, I believe it was, and then it all fell apart. But the Jays have done a great job here just getting the offense going. The bottom of the lineup was outstanding today. They got all over Jeffrey Springs. We talked about it yesterday. His numbers, sub-4 ERA. He's pitched almost 59 innings. The Jays just got all over him. 2 innings, 6 hits, all of which were earned. He walked 6 guys as well. The Jays had a good approach, and they attacked him when they needed to. It was awesome to see. Now, it didn't start out great, as Chris Bassett allows a solo shot to Tyler Soderstrom in the second inning to make it a 1-0 lead. But the Jays in the bottom half of that inning absolutely capitalized. Starts with an Ernie Clement leadoff double. Barger then walks, and you got 2 on and nobody out. Again, as Jays fans, we just can't get too excited about that. But then Miles Straw singles to center field. Barger up to third. Ernie scores, and the game is tied. Now it's 1-1. But even the guys in the corners with nobody out, it's exactly what you want to see. Nathan Lucas grounds out. You got 1 away. Bo Bichette then walks. Bases loaded now for Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who doesn't try to do too much. He walks, gets home Addison Barger. Jays got the lead. It's 2-1. George Springer hits a sac fly. Miles Straw comes in to score. And the Jays got a 3-1 lead after 2 innings of work. Awesome. But Jacob Wilson in the top of the 3rd inning hits an RBI single, scoring Lawrence Butler. And it makes it a 3-2 ball game. But what do the Jays do in the bottom half of the 3rd? Ernie Clement, who got the offense rolling there yesterday, he got the offense rolling in the 2nd inning as well with his leadoff double. In the top of the 3rd inning, he hits a deep drive to left center, and it's gone. So they answer right back. Then Barger doubles. Then Miles Straw doubles to left field. In comes Barger, and the Jays start to add on. Nathan Lucas then singles. Miles Straw comes in to score. And they're like, screw it, Jeffrey Springs, you're gone. And then they get out of the inning. However, the Jays add on 3 more. It is a 6-2 ball game. We're feeling pretty good about things. But top of the 4th inning, Shea Langoliers goes deep, making it 6-3. Top of the 5th inning, it starts to get a little more interesting because Brent Rooker hits a double. Lawrence Butler and Denzel Clark come in to score, the Toronto native. And it's 6-5. Just like that, it's 6-5. But something absolutely magical happens. The Jays add on some more. Miles Straw leads off with a walk. Again, he had a day. He steals second base. Lucas flies out. So you got 1 out. Bo Bichette flies out. Yeah, now there's 2 out. They intentionally walk Vladdy. They go back to their bullpen. And then this is beautiful stuff, right? George Springer singles to center field. In comes Miles Straw. And Vladdy ends up at 3rd. And just like that, and the Jays get 1 right back at 7-5. Then Alejandro Kirk singles to right field. In comes Vladdy. Springer comes in with the head first slide. He's safe. Jays now lead it 9-5. What did we see in this ball game? Every time the A's had a punch for you, the Jays had an answer. And they're now 9-5 up in the bottom of the 6th inning. Bottom half of the 5th inning, because in the bottom half of the 6th inning, Addison Barger hits an absolute rocket into the 2nd deck in right field. That's a shot, solo bomb for Barger. A couple batters later, Nathan Lucas doubles, then Bo singles him in to score. Jays now lead it 11-5. They continue to add on runs. That is so great to see. They didn't just score 6 and thought, we're good, and then not score anymore the rest of the way. No, they came back a bit. You were able to counter and add on. Now, they made it interesting in the 9th inning. Denzel Clark hits an RBI single, then Lawrence Double hits an RBI double, making it 11-7. But that's as close as the A's get as the Blue Jays win this one 11-7. Let's get to these player stats, because, boy, they're fun to look at. Bo Bichette, 2 for 5 in the ball game with a walk. Wow. So 3 guys didn't walk today. Varsho, Ernie, and Nathan Lucas. Everybody else had at least 1 walk today. It was crazy. Again, you're playing the Athletics, but you made them pay, and that's what you're supposed to do. Bo Bichette, 2 for 5 with an RBI and a walk. Vladdy, 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI, but he also walked twice. George Springer, 1 for 4 with a run scored. 1 for 4 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. He walked once. Alejandro Kirk, 1 for 4, drove in 2 runs and walked twice. Good to see Kirky walking a couple times. Dalton Varsho, 1 for 5. Ernie Clement, this is where it gets fun. Listen to this bottom of the lineup, guys. Ernie Clement, 4 for 5, scored 2 runs, had an RBI, and a dinger. Who cares about not walking if you're going to do stuff like that? Addison Barger, 1 for 3 with an RBI, 3 runs scored, homer, walked twice. Great day for Addison Barger. Miles Straw, 2 for 3, scored 3 runs, had 2 RBIs, walked twice, and stole a base. Great game from Miles Straw. Nathan Lucas went 2 for 5 with a run scored and an RBI as well. 15 hits for the Blue Jays. They struck out 4 times. They walked 10 times today. That is nuts. Again, the Athletics are awful. Pitching staff-wise, like I mentioned, Chris Bassett didn't have a great start. 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs. Struck out 6, walked 2, and allowed 2 homers, so not a great day for him. But again, once it made it 6-5 and the Jays started to add on some runs, the bullpen settled down. Mason Fluharty, clean inning, no base runner, strikeout. Yariel Rodriguez, allowed a walk, nothing more. Brandon Little, allowed a walk, nothing more. Chad Green, as I mentioned, didn't have a great time. Went an inning, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, both of which were earned, had a strikeout, and nothing more for Chad Green. But the Blue Jays pick up the victory, 11-7. And on to tomorrow, where it looks like it's Braydon Fisher and Gunnar Hoagland, I guess. I don't know. I thought it was going to be Gosman tomorrow, but I guess not. He's going in the finale on Sunday. So Braydon Fisher goes on the mound for the Blue Jays. It looks like, I don't know if it's confirmed, but it's got it here on the score app. It wasn't here like half an hour ago, so maybe it's confirmed. But Gunnar Hoagland, Blue Jay fans, as I mentioned in the last, or was it the last video or the one before? I can't remember what it was. He was one of the main pieces acquired by the A's in the Matt Chapman deal all those years ago from the Toronto Blue Jays. So we'll see how that one goes tomorrow afternoon. It's a 3:07 first pitch at Rogers Center. Jays and Athletics. Look, I said 3 of 4. You've won the first 2. Great. But let's be honest. Once you win the first 2 like that, and let's say they win tomorrow, we're like, oh, they've already won 3 of 4. No. You win that first 3, you damn well know what you want. And when you're playing a team like this and your offense is cooking and their team is no bueno, do a job. They've done a great job so far in the first 2 games, back to a game over 500. But keep going. You got to lay a beat down on these guys. 3:07 first pitch tomorrow, right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the W today, hit the like button. Do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What'd you like, what'd you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys, of course, Jays Edition tomorrow. The finale, game 3 of the 4-game series against the Athletic. Gunnar Hoagland and Braydon Fisher. Looks like that's the starting pitching matchup tomorrow afternoon at 3:07 at Rogers Center. The Jays look to win their 4th straight and the first 3 games of this series. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and the dub this evening. Talk to you guys then.